Ghost Brother said the movie a love horror film commentary. Everyone hello, I'm the Ghost Brother. Today I'm going to bring you a highly rated and flavorful suspense film, The Witness of a Clash. The plot is extremely complex, mind-boggling, and I'm going to tell you as much as I can. Friends, also try not to be distracted carefully. Then the Ghost Brother interpretation officially began. Xiao Qi is a reporter in the social group of a newspaper in Taipei, also known as the paparazzi. It is their instinct to follow hot spots and see pins. Last night, he was driving home from work in his new used BMW, when he heard the latest news from the police station that there had been a car accident on the expressway not far from him. The professional instinct prompted Xiao Qi to correct the route to the accident the first time after arriving to take out a mobile phone to film. When he walked into the scene of the accident, he found that the driver in the limousine was Zhang Luai, a member of the Legislative Yuan. Feng San, the co-pilot, is the latest hot one of the magic small key, no rescue, but in the brothers' point of view to take a clear picture. Back to the car, the title of the news in accordance with personal understanding written married cases, underground exposure, and then the photo Unicom news together too, the group leader Aining. He understood the news gecko shortly after. The leader of Aining called to confirm the authenticity of the news to him. The small odd complacently do under the guarantee. After all, he is the first to arrive at the scene. Aining said he would report to the chief editor. The chicken just hung up the phone and was hit by another car. For him at the moment, it is so ironic, but the accident is not serious. Xiaoqi is just arm injury. After sending the damaged car to the friend Aji repair car shop, almost each other detection found. The used car he bought was a highly modified replacement car from the car dealer. Chicken, after the great anger, left the repair shop after directly came to the police station find the township familiar Wang leader, let the other side to help find out the original record of the car. The king that eats small key for a long time too, do favors as long to protect natural won't, refuse him to give the existing file of this car to police officer, Away wants the other side to help, search in the system. Cho, he was the chief editor of the newspaper, but had offered to retire and go into politics. That evening, at her birthday party, Xiao Qi was invited to join her. As a result of the recent news report from the legislature, he was also put in the spotlight, and the crowd was full of praise for his ability after the birthday party. The small odd initiative as a drive leader Aining back. Halfway, Aining saw the text message on the phone, tears in his eyes. One side of the small strange asked him if he quarreled with her boyfriend. Archie didn't deny it. The chicken took the opportunity to sell himself, thinking that they would be more suitable together. Aining looked at him without a word, but directly, together, began to kiss. That night the two became intimate. Can wake up the next morning to meet the small strange as a bolt from the blue like bad news. The news of the accident a few days ago was completely messed up. Luai did not have an affair with young model. The two had already registered their marriage, but it was not announced to the public. The report had a serious effect on their fertility. The other party has appointed a lawyer to file a lawsuit against the newspaper. At the same time, the small strange writer was also picked out by the media. He has been suspected of libel. Came to the police station. Wang leader told Qi, after a query can confirm that the car is indeed a replacement car. The engine is not replaced, but the appearance of all changed. 9 years ago, the driver of the car was killed instantly, and another female passenger was injured. The perpetrator was never caught. Small strange while listening to the introduction of the leader of the Wang, while looking at the hands of the data, he found that the accident photos are very familiar. Then, he saw his name on the transcript of the interview, which reminded him of the rainy night 9 years ago. At that time, he had just entered the newspaper and was working as an intern. Accidentally saw the accident. Xiaoqing took the camera to run past, only to see the taillights of the car. When he tried to call the police, he found no signal, so he went to the scene of the accident to take pictures back to the newspaper. From the leader of Aining's mouth that he was cut, he immediately thought of the new chief editor as famous. The other side has been to see him not pleasing to the eye. Small strange find has retired at home of the old editor, in chief Autumn brother, the other, said Li Wei that thing really bad, no one knows in advance, he would have divorced. Besides, this guy and the owner of the newspaper are very close, so the chicken has bad luck and hits this situation. That night, he found a good friend Aji drink together, talk about the accident 9 years ago, did not think he would be so clever, as a witness, but bought the accident car. A key listening to the other side of the story, looked stunned, but the small strange always did not notice. When he got home, he found the same camera from 9 years ago, opened the storage card to look at the car accident photos, but was found in the middle of a few odd missing, directly tell him that it is not simple. The next day, he let Aining secretly with, came to the newspaper database, searched 9 years ago before and after the accident happened important events. Discover that day the daughter that has a wound was kidnapped by the person, the scoundrel succeeds in obtaining to 15 million can bribe is missing from start to end however. Aining is curious about his new investigation of the accident. When I was an intern 9 years ago, we went out to dinner with our entire editorial staff and filmed the accident afterward, said Miss Chick. I remember going to Chinese that day. Yesterday, he noticed that some of the pictures he had taken were missing. Recalling the whole process, only the door touched the camera. He must be the one who deleted the photo, so he wants to know the truth of the whole thing, and doesn't understand what secret is worth him to delete the photo. Subsequently they first found, 9 years ago accident, survivor Zhu Ting treatment, the hospital here to check the basic information of that woman. According to the address came to the other party's hometown from the nearby neighbors. I learned that Zhu Ting has not come back for a long time, but regularly mails some tea to her mother. Xiao Qi is the planting of tea. After he drinks the tea that Zhu Ting mails to come over, the enemy died in the heart. As he drove back to Taipei, he told Aining, the market price of this kind of tea is very high, but Zhu Ting's family is not good, so we might be able to drink this kind of tea. There is only one shop in Taipei that sells this grade of tea. After the two went to the tea shop, they learned from the boss that the girl lived nearby, not far away, and would come to buy tea from time to time. I was impressed by him because he paid cash every time. Usually customers only need a phone call to buy tea, and the boss will deliver the tea to their door after swiping the card. A few people are chatting, is the accident to see Zhu Ting into the tea shop, each other's feet have been thin. Small Strange gave him his name card, want to understand the details of the accident at that time. Zulov heard that the dead owner of this is his boyfriend, when he will be hit because of drunk fast, also failed to see the appearance of the perpetrator, his neck foot is caused by the accident. Don't want to let Small Key continue to hold on, after all, so long in the past. After returning home, Key again turned out from the police station over the garage information. He saw the night vision report, then the owner of the alcohol-free reaction, that is to say, the Zhu family lied. Just at this time he received a phone call from the other side, Zulov to listen to, please he did not mention, and anyone to meet with him. Also do not continue to track down the accident when Xiao Qi mentioned 5 alcohol. Reflection of this matter, Zhu Ting did not speak for a long time. Xiao Qi here heard someone on the phone calling Zhu Yiting for the landlord. Zhu Ting just returned home, he heard the doorbell, he asked Xiao Qi to wait, but then Xiao Qi heard Zhu Ting's cry for help. Early the next morning, he went to the tea shop, and asked the owner for Zhu Ting's address. When Xiao Qi pulled each other's home, found that the door lock has been forcibly broken. Zhu Ting is not in the room, into the bathroom, just to see the gangster jump out of the window. He hurried after him, and when he ran downstairs, he found him gone, with Zhu handcuffed and propped up in a room not far from the airport. He used the iron wire native chicken handcuffs on the wave corner frame, after some random fiddle, actually opened the handcuffs really, the first time after the recovery of freedom to call Xiao Qi. But the other party did not answer the phone in time. To voicemail, Zhu Ting found that the door was being opened. Z first heard Zhu Ting's cry for help in the message, and then came his wailing. Xiao Jin understand that the other must be an accident, quickly came to the police station to find the people. But the other party heard the call for help in the phone message, just plain said, we'll go to inquire, let him go back to wait for the news. When Stingy gets home, he turns on his computer again and checks the photos of the accident from 9 years ago. He finds the license plate of the car that caused the accident reflected in the steering mirror. This is a black Mercedes, but because of the distance, Black Chicken can only roughly see the outline of the number plate. In order to write 8 was selected license came to the police station. Through the alert AV investigation out of the owners of the information, he found that there was an old acquaintance. Once the editor-in-chief, Autumn Brother has the number of the car left home, Small Strange received a phone call, let him come to the repair shop, tell him about 9 years ago that thing. When Small Strange arrived, but saw the Autumn elder brother, each other stood at the corner, motionless. In the dark alley lay Aggie's body. Police arrived and quickly cordoned off the scene. The village to the Autumn elder brother, mentioned 9 years ago, had lost the case as well as the matter of the license plate, The autumn elder brother said, "Are you in the suspicion of me? When I brought my car in to be repaired 9 years ago, Aggie took it away for the sake of being handsome. That night this rain, slippery road, Aji while driving in beauty play, accidentally, bumped into dead every driving car. At that time he also once got off to check, after seeing the wounded who did not move inside to prepare to call the police, was stopped by the beauty. After all, he was drunk driving. Aji also worried about being caught after the police, simply drove away from the scene, and later told the autumn brother, begging him not to say out yesterday. She suddenly called autumn brother, said to him that through tracking Small Key learned that Zhu Ting later went to each other's home to spend money to chat privately, but did not see Zhu Ting himself. But, almost followed by the small odd caught, a few hours ago called brother Qiu to come over together to find a way. Aji feel only already can't wrap the fire, who knows when Qiu go arrive, only to see the jump down from upstairs. The police found Zhu Ting was shut down according to the phone message. The concubine followed the police to the building. In the door-to-door inspection, he accidentally saw a person to know the other side is several times to help query vehicle information. Police Avi Smallkey walked into the room to search a circle, also did not see outsiders, only in the bathroom to see a few cats, ready to leave. Smallkey noticed on the table in the photo and no, away. That's because he didn't know this wasn't Awai's home. He had just come to help his neighbor's aunt feed the cat when she went abroad. Away in the first inquiry of the small strange car, when you know that he finally waited, then he followed the small strange, to learn the address of Zhu Ting. And forcibly break open a door, learn, court to seize, the other side is being imprisoned right now. Awai's home. Kidnapped 9 years ago to help the daughter after blackmail the gangster, of 15 million, successfully, it is Awai, Zhu Ting in this room that had died. At that time, Zhu Ting, who was seriously injured, was picked up from the hospital by Awai, and took care of him while laundering money. Suddenly one day, Awai found that Zhu Ting had taken all the money in order to find him. Awai is to do the police, but did not think of the end is to borrow the light of Small Strange. Small Strange once again came to friends just repair shop, in front of the gods on a cigarette to beat each other. Then as he flew down and strolled through the store, he noticed the pictures on the walls, including one from 9 years ago that caught his eye. Subsequently, Smallkey secretly tracking on the autumn brother, the other side in the last explanation lied. And the autumn elder brother out late at night to see the people is aining, the other side as he has been, along for 10 years of secret lover, birthday that night to send text messages to aining as the autumn elder brother. The chicken looked at the two lovers on the balcony and realized that there are many things that are not as simple as they seem. When the autumn brother came out from Malin, Small Strange sat in each other's car, took out the picture found in the store. The date is the day of the accident. At that time, he just went to marry his girlfriend. Impossible to go all the way to other places to younger sister, but under the autumn brother tell the truth. That night, when he had just been promoted to editor-in-chief, his colleagues organized a youth banquet. Key, then a 17-year-old, also attended the banquet, but he left the hotel early. Halfway down the road, his car broke down, so he had to stay in the car and wait for help. Not long ago, the drunken autumn brother also drove to the road with Anan. When two people flirt with each other, accidentally bump into the car that Zfan drives, worry about the accident. After the alarm, two people decide to escape later. Autumn brother sent the car to the night here, to tell the truth to each other. He helped him from the car field to get a same color with the Mercedes-Benz. The 15 plate allowed him to go to work the next day. Q brother said to Xiao Qi, "You will not help those two strangers in order to get justice, not to bury the people around you who have been taking care of you for 9 years? Just like then, you only have a part of the truth. Do you want to be a hero for 15 minutes or do you want to stick with me?" Xiao Qi goes back to her car and looks at Zhu Ting's photo, thinking about the last time she searched the building. At that time, Awei was a little surprised to see this photo, and there were no photos of Awei in the room. The next day, he came to this building again. After installing a small doorbell, the door was opened by an aunt. The other side said Awei lived next door. Small hero that this police exists a problem, began to secretly track each other. This evening, he across the window to see Awei is wearing a raincoat in the disinfection. Worried about Zhu Ting has been killed, forced to knock on the door, rushed in, and then to Avi dozen together, but not to the small strange opponent, was down to the ground. Awei threw him a key. Small G came to, close Zhu Ting's room outside ready to open the door. The side of Awei suddenly said, 2 million good flour. After the chicken listened to Alang, the brain thought of the bag of money. Awei said, I knew it was you. How to calculate it that time is wrong, cannot be Zhu Ting, more cannot be, from the trouble. So you took some of it. So he cares about it. Zhu Ting, in the room, listened to the conversation outside the door and thought, back to 9 years ago, when they got 15 million yuan by kidnapping the girl. Zhu Ting and this after taking money to return to the station. The discovery little girl has been killed by Awei, as for them to the plan that makes is completely different. 3 people were also punished for this. Zhu Ting and Zi Fan with money just escaped not far from the accident, followed closely behind the arrival of Awei, killed the child Fan of serious injury. Before the police arrived to take away the money in the car, Xiao Qi left Awei's home, found the autumn elder brother, to play the recording in the mobile phone for him. That is the last time we met secretly recorded the autumn elder brother word number, with this recording can send him into the building. He needs the autumn elder brother's contacts to help him soon after. Small Strange become the director of the newspaper. The police there will also help him into self-defense, as a witness to solve the case. Ainin has been arranged to work in the autumn elder brother. 2 people meet again. Small Strange put forward a question. Before a period, he was the new chief editor in the door about to come out the other side. Cherish him this talent, take the initiative to invite him to visit the newspaper to do the director. At the same time told a lot of Xiaoqi behind. The secret has been in the whole small key is not live the door, but Aining, 9 years ago in the mountains after dinner, the autumn elder brother, has been drunk unconscious, was Aining drive him back? That means the perpetrator is Ollie. Later let Zhu when delete the photo is also is this small, strange, he also has the devil general secret, 9 years ago to get 2 million, is indeed him. Later, Awei's family key opened the door. Horrified, to find that Zhu Ting had been hacked by 4 dogs' eyes. Awei let him kill each other, while Awei did not pay attention to small key backhand, stabbed him. This is also later to find autumn brother to do the deal, let the other party use the relationship to put him out of the house. The movie is very wonderful. Turtle elder brother recommended everyone to see the original. Think the key details have been explained clearly, have different opinions of friends, can comment, like the Ghost Brothers explanation of friends thumb up pay attention to forward it thank you.